Child Development Red Flags and Referral presented by Around the Way Training Consultants. Training Objectives. 1. Learn typical milestones in children. 2. Learn red flags and concerning behavior. 3. Learn how to prepare a conversation to express concerns with parents and guardians. Learning takes place throughout our lives, beginning at birth. Children learn and grow physically, socially, and cognitively. These areas of growth and children's general health are important when monitoring overall development. While most children develop on a similar path, we must be aware of key indicators or signals that a child may not be moving along the expected path of development. Typical milestones: birth to 8 months. Babies prefer the face, smell, and sound of a familiar person. A baby will smile and make eye contact in social interaction. A baby may observe their own hands and grasp their hand. Babies will reach for and grab toys. Babies should babble or baby talk. A baby will smile at themselves in a mirror. Babies should be able to sit with support. Typical milestones from 12 months to 18 months. Babies use a few gestures, one after another, to get their needs met, such as giving, showing, reaching, pointing, and waving. At this age, babies can feed themselves with finger foods. They can knock 2 blocks together. Babies will turn to the person speaking when his or her name is called. They can play peekaboo, patty cake, or other social games. By this age, babies should be able to stand alone, take steps, and walk with one hand held. Milestones from 18 months to 3 years. At this age, toddlers enjoy being read to. They can follow simple commands without gestures, point to simple body parts, and begin to use pronouns, such as mine. They can also speak in 2 to 3 word sentences. Toddlers will show an increase in fearfulness, such as fear of darkness and monsters. Children this age may also express emotions with increasing control. Red flags to look out for. If a child has no big smiles by 6 months, does not back and forth share by 9 months, does not babble by 12 months, does not make back and forth gestures by 12 months, does not say words by 16 months, cannot say 2-word, meaningful phrases by 24 months. Or if a child was once able to, but now experiences a loss of speech, babbling, or social skills at any age. Concerning behaviors that should lead to a referral. A child has little or no eye contact. A child makes or has no response to their name. A child shows unusual motor behaviors or motor planning and has difficulty doing age-appropriate tasks. A child is rigid, stiff, and/or gets stuck on certain activities. A child is over or underreactive to sensory input. A child displays over-arousal and regulatory issues. What you can do to help as a child care provider. Through careful observation and documentation for all children in your care, you can identify early developmental concerns about a child and make referrals for screening or assessment recommendations to the child's parent or guardian. Observation and documentation tips. Choose a format that works for you. Observe the child involved in a variety of activities. Observe the child over an extended period of time. Record the time of day, day of week, and the activity the child is engaged in during the observation. Families and staff experience a range of emotions when they first suspect that a child may have a developmental concern. Best practice is for the director or assistant director to discuss the concern with the child's parent or guardian. To help ease the situation, you can use the following tips. Choose a private place to talk. This information is sensitive, and out of respect for the family, this conversation needs to be somewhere where it cannot be heard by others. Have documentation that is objective. Your documentation must be detailed and clearly identifies or demonstrates your areas of concern. Consider cultural differences. The way you see and handle situations may be different from how others view and handle situations due to cultural differences. Keep this in mind when you are discussing your concerns with parents or guardians. Be respectful. It is hard for parents to hear that their child may have developmental delays. If the child's parent or guardian becomes upset, you must remain calm and professional while showing compassion. Have referral resources ready to share. Do not diagnose, even if you believe that you know what the child is experiencing or suffering from. Please do not share that with the child's parent or guardian, because that may cause negative tension. Please allow the healthcare professionals to properly diagnose the child. To begin, first make some objective notes about the challenges you believe the child is having, in addition to your observation forms. This will help you stay on task as you are talking to the family. Be specific about what you have been observing and write it down. Next, request a specific time to talk to the family, preferably when you will both have time to spend talking and not feel rushed to get going. This should not take place at drop-off or pick-up time unless the parent has time to stay longer, and you have other staff who can attend to the children while you go to a conference room. Think about any cultural differences that may exist and take those differences into consideration before the conversation. Are these differences impacting the child's development? What questions do you need to ask the family about their culture and the child's developmental needs? Are there cultural issues around which parent should be at the conference with you? All these considerations will be very important to the success of the time you spend together discussing the matter. As a next step, have the numbers readily available of the assessment resources in your community. It is one thing to tell a family where they should go for a referral. Giving them the actual numbers and even the name of the person they should talk to will make it even easier for them to follow through with a difficult call. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, spend a few moments gathering your thoughts before the conversation with the family and calm your nerves. What you are doing is important for the child's welfare, and try to keep that in mind. The next step is expressing your concerns in the actual conference with the family. There are several ways to help make this go a bit smoother for all concerned. It's very important that the setting be as private and comfortable as possible. Also, assure the family that the discussion you are having will remain confidential. This is very important, as a family may have fears that if information gets out about their child, he or she will be treated differently or even expelled from the program. Your assurances will help allay some of their fears from the onset. As you begin to share information, provide your documentation with specific, non-judgmental examples of what you have observed and recorded. Give the parents plenty of time to ask you questions. Be respectful at all times. It is difficult for a parent to hear that their child may have a developmental concern. Understand their questions and comments in the context of fear and anxiety. For assistance referring children and families in Texas, please visit the following websites. To refer a child up to 36 months of age, please contact the ECI program in your area. ECI contracts with different organizations to provide ECI services throughout Texas. Some urban areas with large populations have several ECI programs. Each ECI program provides services to families living in specific areas identified by zip code. There are 3 ways to find your local ECI program. 1. Use the ECI program search page to enter your zip code, county, or city. 2. Call the HHS Office of the Ombudsman at 1-877-787-8999, select a language, and then select option 3. The Ombudsman staff will ask for your zip code, county, or city and provide the name and number of the local ECI program. Callers with hearing impairment may use the relay option of their choice or dial 711 to connect with Relay Texas. 3. Submit an online request to the HHS Ombudsman. Please include your zip code, county, or city to help identify your local ECI program. Here is a video from Texas Health and Human Services about Texas ECI.
All children need support as they grow and learn, but some need extra help. Since 1981, Texas Early Childhood Intervention, ECI, has provided specialized services and support to families with children birth to 36 months with significant developmental delays or disabilities. When partnering with ECI, families help their children learn, develop, and stay healthy, providing both immediate and long-term benefits.
Since being with ECI, my daughter has improved a lot from where she first was. When they first came out and did the initial assessment, she was at about the age of a 4-month-old developmentally, and she was around, I think she was maybe 13 months old. Now, since she's been in the program for almost a year, she's up to speed, and it's really surprising that just within this short period of time how much she has progressed.
ECI understands that family members are the most important people in their child's life, and because of that, are the child's best teachers. Family participation is a key to a child's success.
Sometimes families have a misunderstanding about ECI because they have expectations that the ECI provider is going to come and provide direct services to their child or play directly with the child while they go do other stuff. ECI is there to work as a team with the family to help provide services for that child.
With ECI, it's all about the parents working with the children. So the therapist would come to our house and just evaluate my daughter and then teach me what I need to do, how my husband and I can work with our daughter to improve her skills. So it's not about just 1 hour a month or 1 hour a week. It's every day. And with ECI, they give us the tools. It's not what they do during that 1 hour, it's what they teach us to do.
Services occur in familiar surroundings, such as the family's home, the child care center, at the park, or other community settings.
We use things around the home. They taught us to use real-life events to help our child progress and get better. Trains. My son loves trains. Let's use trains within his therapy. If he's nervous at a restaurant, let's go to a restaurant and work through that. Noises, let's practice with noises at home. Real-life things are what we use.
Parents and professionals work together as a team, developing a service plan and assessing the child's progress. The team identifies learning opportunities within daily activities, such as bath time, meal time, or playtime. Research shows that children learn skills best from people they know during everyday activities.
Parents, caregivers spend more time with their child than we could possibly do coming out once or twice a week. Part of our idea is that if we teach families how to do it and they do it throughout the day, then they're going to make bigger differences for their child.
We would figure out games. If I had to take Luke to go pick up Kate from preschool, I would give him my keys and say, okay, Luke, can you walk to the car with me and carry my keys back? Little tricks like that. That's how the service plan worked. Little games and things that worked for your child.
The professionals that team up with the family are licensed or credentialed and have expertise in working with babies, toddlers, and their families. These professionals include early intervention specialists, speech-language pathologists, physical and occupational therapists, social workers, nurses, and others.
The physical therapist pretty much said, well, it's looking like he's going to need some braces. So we got fitted for some braces, and immediately he felt comfortable in standing up. He was able to walk around the coffee table, and you just saw his confidence, the joy in his face from being able to stand up and not worry about falling or just not being steady. So the timing was probably just right. She just knew when he was ready for it.
Because ECI services end on the child's third birthday, many families feel anxious about what's coming next. ECI provides transition services that help families plan for their child's move to the public school system or other community services.
We knew that he had to move on. We got everything that we could in the schedule, and we took the next step. And it's been exciting to see that too. So you build those relationships up, but then also you move ahead.
So, how does a child get started in ECI? Anyone who has a concern that a child has a significant delay can refer a child to ECI. ECI receives referrals from physicians, parents, child care providers, and others. Once referred, an evaluation to determine ECI eligibility is provided. If the child is determined eligible, ECI partners with the family to develop a plan for services called the Individualized Family Service Plan, or IFSP.
The IFSP process is a process of just getting to know your family, your child, and what steps will help your child succeed to get to where they need to be for their certain disability. It's an easy process.
Families enrolled in ECI participate in the Family Cost Share, which is designed so families with the ability to pay share in the cost of services. It's based on family income and size, and reimbursement from public and private insurance. ECI services are provided in every county in Texas and have benefited thousands of families and their children each year.
Without ECI, we would not be where we are today with our son. We were clueless where to go. They helped us, they guided us, and we built a strong relationship because of them. But I honestly believe without ECI's help, we would not be in the position we are today.
Absolutely. And from a father's perspective as well, it's been kind of a roller coaster ride, but we saw the light at the end of the tunnel. We had a plan, and we continue that daily with Luke.
For more information, please contact your local ECI program or visit the ECI website.
Thank you for joining me today. Hopefully the information you learned today will help you better assist families and children in your care that may have special needs. If you are not located in Texas, you can still use the information provided in this video. Just research the early childhood intervention programs in your state to assist families that have children with special needs that you know could use the help. For helpful links, or if you are located in Texas and would like to receive a clock hour certificate for viewing this training, please see the details below. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Around the Way Training Consultants. Future solutions now.
Created using Powtoon.